Welcome back. Let's continue, shall we? During my inquiries, a disgruntled merchant informed me that a wholesaler of crystals had recently arrived in Limsa Luminsa, offering wares at prices far undercutting the competition. After asking around, I was able to gain an introduction and will shortly pose as a potential buyer in a bid to establish the crystal's provenance. The man is due to be a Orcon's embrace in Lower Lenortia shortly. I suggest we make our way there at once. Um, oh, just off now. All right, cool. That appears to be our merchant. Wish me luck. Wait, if he truly is in league with the Blade Executioners, he will surely be wary of those allied to the Admiral, the Silence, not least of all. Compared to yours and Akira's, mine is an unfamiliar face. Let me play the role of buyer. Raya is right, and even if you aren't recognized on sight, you look too gentle to be mixing with society's underbelly. Gentle, but very well. I leave it to you, Graha. Got business with me, cat boy? Ahem. You're the crystal wholesaler. That I am, but you're no merchant. So what do you want for the want the crystals for? I don't look at us, you idiot. You'll give yourself away. Oh, I see. You're a weaponsmith. Am I right? Do you need crystals to make stats like the fine specimen you've got there? That's right. I am indeed a weaponsmith, and I use not but the finest materials. I bid you show me your wares. Well, we don't invite just anybody into our storehouses. Takes time to establish trust. You understand? Look, I have a large and urgent commission. If the quality is satisfactory, I will not grumble over the price. All right, it's plain that's no ordinary crystal adorning your staff, so I'll make an exception. Come with me. It seems to be working. Let's follow them. We heading? Okay. Given how long he spent playing the Crystal Exarch, you'd think Graha would be a better actor. Honestly, if it hadn't been for that staff, we must remember to thank Tataru. They went into the tunnel quietly now. You won't find any finer, especially not for the price. Indeed, I would expect to pay more than double for such quality. How could they possibly be so cheap? There's nothing unlawful about them if there's your worry. They're from Oklahoma, if you take my meaning. Stuff's as pure as it gets. Stuff's as pure as it gets. You won't be disappointed. So, how much you'd want? Ogohomoro, taken from the kobolds, just as we suspected. That's enough. Shut your gobs and turn around slowly. Dude, I can just beat the shit out of this guy with my fucking sword. I'm Sickard, acting captain of the Bloody Executioners. No need to introduce yourselves. We know who you are, scions. And we also know you've been chatting to the Admiral, got eyes and ears everywhere. See, comes with being the only true pirate crew left in Limsa. So we've established you ain't here to buy the crystals. The question is, what are you here for? You are bold to reveal yourselves to us without knowing our objective, but that would explain your swift rise to power. You have spoken plain, and so I shall return the favor. We came here to learn why the Blade Executioners oppose the Admiral's will. And we have our answer. Should Limsa Luminsa make peace with the Kobolds, you would lose the source of your newfound wealth. That's right. Just to remind you, though, we ain't breaking any rules here. The law forbids us from attacking any vessel not flying the Imperial flag, but it doesn't say nothing about beastmen. Only reason we keep our operation nice and quiet 'cause we don't want no one taking our business. Wait, just listen to the end, will you? For what's it's worth, I have the highest respect for you and yours, her especially. While the Maelstrom were worrying about dirtying their fancy red clubber, you lot stormed Ugahamaru and battered bleeding Titan himself. Raised a mug to you when I heard the news. And now we've following in your footsteps, making sure the beastmen never summon their stinking gods again. Practically your successors, we are. Oh my god. When there were still Imperial ships about, we did our bit for Limsa and went after him. But the Guardians are gone. There's no one left to ply our trade except the Beastmen. So let us have that. It's only fair. Contentious though some may find your views, it is true that you have broken no laws. That being so, I see no reason why you should not state your case directly to the Admiral's face, unless the acting captain of the only true pirate crew left in Limsa Luminsa has some other cause to hide in the cave. Well said indeed. All right, I'll meet with the Admiral. I'll even provide the venue, the Astrolucia. I trust she won't turn down the invitation. Ah, one ass. I don't know about you, but it was all I could do to stop myself punching Sicard in that smirking face whenever he opened his mouth. It's okay. It's okay. Though I have some passing knowledge of prior events, I am yet ill qualified to meddle in Laminsan affairs. 'Twas not my place to argue with Sicard, much as I would have liked to. Nay, if it is for the admiral to deal with him and the bloody executioners both, by bring them to the negotiating table, we have played our part. I thought myself the hunter, but it turns out I was the prey. A timely reminder that the pirate powers of Limsa Luminsa are not to be trifled with. But all's well that ends well. Grahatia's timely provocation had the desired effect, and Sicard has agreed to a meeting. Let us hurry back to Limsa Luminsa and pass on his invitation to the Admiral. Oh fuck! I didn't want that. Teleport. Bam. No. Ah. Corporal Black Rose, your company have already reported to the command room. Will you be joining them? Yes, I will. Well, we have a assurances. Sicard will be amenable to reason. There can be no compromise without decision. Sicard does not want for confidence. That much is plain. But I have faith in the admiral. She has dealt with far worse. The Astralsia is the very last place for such a meeting. The admiral will be marching right into the Coral's den. I hope we don't end up regretting this. There you are. We are eagerly awaited your return. Welcome back, my friends. What news? So they have been stealing crystals from the kobolds. My thanks for solving the mystery and securing a meeting besides. Suffice it to say, I accept Sicard's invitation, and I would have you join me as my guest. The future of Limsa hangs upon the outcome of this meeting, and I would have the science present to bear witness.
Look who's come crawling! Traitor!
You can shove your piece!
Welcome aboard, Admiral. I'll wager you don't remember me. Sicard, acting captain of the bloody executioners, at your service.
'Twas kind of you to invite us. Now, if Captain Hillfear has a message for me, I bid you speak it.
We have just the one demand. That you forget this bilge about making peace with the Beastmen. Ours is a nation of pirates. Always has been, always will be. Deny us our right to plunder, and you deny who we are.
Too bloody right! Pirates till we die!
What we want, we take! Piracy has no place in our future.
What'd she say?
Pirates have no place. Our nation has prospered through piracy, 'tis true. Yet it is but one part of our long and storied history. Centuries ago, our ancestors led a failed rebellion and were driven from their homes with little more than the shirts on their backs. In fear of their lives, they sailed south until they came to these shores. Finding the land occupied by kobolds, however, they were forced to turn to piracy in order to survive. And survive they did. But not so long ago, when the Empire threatened to crush everything we'd built, we set aside piracy and joined hands with our neighbors. This too was in order to survive. And survive we did. Time after time we fought the Empire, and time after time we won. And through trade with our newfound allies, we prospered more than we ever did through pillaging and plundering. The Empire teeters on the brink of collapse. Ere long, provinces like Wurlit and Bosnia and many others will regain their freedom. When they do, our matchless fleet will lead the world in a new golden age of commerce. The tides favor us, and the ocean beckons with her vast bounty. But if we cling to the old ways, this great ship we call Limsa will trade the boundless seas for a lagoon. Shall we scorn the world's wealth for a plundered pittance, then? Or shall we embrace change and thrive, like our ancestors before us? The choice is yours. But if we are to prosper in the coming age, the whole of Vilbrand must become our ship, and a kobold and Sahagin our crewmates.
Rousing words. Might even be some truth in them. But pirating's all we've ever known. And we ain't about to give it up just 'cause you say so. Still, we're all the Mincins here and no one wants a war. So where does that leave us? Long before you became Admiral, I heard you was captain of the League of Lost Bastards. That true? If so, you'd know how we pirates settle our differences.
A duel. Very well. As Admiral of Limsa Lominsa, I accept your challenge.
This ain't over! Not till one of us is dead! Finish the job! Or I will!
It's the captain!
Captain Elfair!
Ye fool! 'Twas over afore it began.
Captain!
Seems the whelps have been yapping while their master was abed. Listen well, all of ye. Since the signing of the Galadian Accord, we all of us have been part of the same crew. The crew of the good ship Limsa Lominsa. At the helm of that ship is the Admiral. And 'tis she who decides where we sail. Was I not clear on that point? Or did you forget whose deck you stand on? Nay? Then what in the seven hells are you playing at?
It's all we know, Captain. If we ain't pirates, what are we?
You're bloody idiots is what ye are. Idiots with your own lives ahead of ye. Ye can do anything ye want. be anything you want. We're pirates, and we pirates love our loot. But that ain't our first love. Our first love is the sea. The sea! And what she brings us. Freedom! So hold fast to that. Let the brine-crusted husk that stands before you now be the last of them as knew naught save out of steel. And make of yourselves a new breed of pirate! Lad, I made ye me right hand 'cause I saw something in ye. And I still do. You have the makings of a captain. All you lack's the belief. Well now, it seems we're of one mind after all. Apologies for the misunderstanding, Admiral. We're with ye, wherever ye be headed.
You have my thanks, Hilfir.
Your choice of dueling pistol did not escape my notice. Good old Annihilator. Ender of many a proud pirate's voyage. Mistbeard's vanished into legend, and it won't be long before I take my rest in the depths. Yet be that as it may, the old ways can only truly die when we've dealt the Empire the telling blow. There'll be stormy seas ahead, no doubt. But I'm trusting ye to steer us through to the other side.
I fucking love that scene. Ah! Like Miss Beard before him, Helfer chose to trust the future of our nation to the Admiral. That was the moment I believed that the good ship Limsa Luminsa finally embarked upon her new course. There are times when one must stand one's ground, even if the cost of failure is beyond reckoning. The Admiral just did that, and I had nothing but respect for her as she continues to stir her nation through the period of transition. I pray the navigator will see fit to fill her sails. When the decision gave way to a duel, I feared that might unfold. What might unfold. Yet only a fool would underestimate the Admiral, as Sicard soon discovered. While I don't condone what Sicard has been doing. I know how difficult it can be to change course. It took me long enough to join the Science, didn't it? Though I had anticipated a duel, I did not foresee that Helfer would intervene. But full glad am I that he did. 'Twould have been a shame to kill the boy. Instead, the whelp has learned a valuable lesson, and we have made peace amongst ourselves. All that remains is to do likewise with our neighbors. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, so it's basically the same dialogue. Yeah. There are times that one must. Okay, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, I need hardly tell you, but any attempt to negotiate a skate with the tribes is doomed to fail unless their minds can first be wrested from the grip of their gods. And so, in the meeting we seek to arrange with the kobolds, I would have you free their leader of Titan's influence. Leave it to us. We will open his ears to reason. You have my thanks. Ere we proceed, there is something you should know. Some 50 years passed when the Sahagin swarmed at our halls in ever greater numbers. Limsa entered into a covenant with the kobolds. The two men shall go the bounty of the sea. To kobolds shall go the bounty of the land. An ostensibly equitable arrangement, conspicuously lacking in detail. I, inadvertently or not, the word was ambiguous, and we took advantage of it, moving it to claim the northern reaches of La Norcia, which the kobolds believed theirs. Bloodshed followed, then bloodshed to answer the bloodshed, and on it went, till every elm of Brand bore the stain of our conflict. This is not history, you understand. It is the present, fresh and raw, and with their kindred's blood yet on our hands, we will struggle to regain the kobolds' trust, even should we cure their temper. Admiral, you speak of the obstacles we are like to encounter at the meeting, but as things stand, I see no reason why the kobolds would agree to a meeting in the first place. And so we must provide a reason. I will restore their stolen crystals to them and personally deliver the cargo along with my apologies. Bait. They would welcome us onto their midst, not to speak of peace, but to have you at their mercy. Aye, and given the wealth of crystals we will bring, I'll wager they will attempt to summon Titan there and then. Meaning a high priest would need to be present, to whom we could administer the cure. Precisely. He is the fish I would catch, but he will not be alone. Nay, he will have guards on hand, and they will lay down their lives to protect him. Yet a single death on the kobold's side would jeopardize our chance at peace, and there my venture founders. Yet it need not, but what if we were to employ the Conqueror's chain? Through we would still have to weaken the kobolds. It would allow us to subdue them without inflicting lasting harm. The artifact Miss Beard used to take goods and not life. Aye, that would serve well done, Marshal. So, my friends, what think you of our strategy? The effects of tempering are cumulative, and we may safely assume that the High Priestess' exposure to primal influence is extensive. It will therefore take a great deal of ether to reverse its effects, not to mention time. Time during which LSA would be defenseless, even should we all took to her protection. I am not convinced we could keep an entire army of kobolds at bay. Well, I'm happy to take that risk. It's not as if we have any other choice. Besides, it's what Tesleen would do, and had I not followed her example, we wouldn't even have a cure for tempering, much less a chance to bring peace to Vilbrand. So, I'm going to cure that priest, or die trying. I believe in you, Azle. And I believe in you too. You and everyone. I know you'll keep me safe. It is settled then. See to your preparations and make for Camp Overlook. We will join you there anon. Go to Camp Overlook. Be under no apprehension. The extent on the High Priestess tempering is like too far extent that of Gabu. And then his was a relatively mild case, milder indeed than the majority of those we wish to save. The coming mission will be a truer test of our treatment. I have no doubt that Alisaie will succeed with the cure, if we can but afford her the time. Ufno wasn't lying when he said I'd be defenseless, so I'm counting on you all to give me the time I need. Our sole purpose will be to keep you out of harm's way, so leave that to us and focus on your own task. Indeed, and should you want for ether, you need only say the word. Gabu, did you follow us here? There's something important that I want to say to the High Priest. Express state. Say, please let me come with you, please. I'm sorry, but it's too dangerous. I need you to promise me that you stay here where it's safe, alright? My apologies for the wait. It took time, but we have secured our audience. All unfolded as expected. At the mention of my returning their crystals in person, the kobolds suddenly remembered how keen they were to be reconciled. And so, it in the glorious spirit of cooperation, we are to be received by Patriarch Zanda of the Second Order, who awaits us our pleasure in the Naval. If you are ready, let us proceed to the Ugahamaru mines at once. But I wanted to give you go with you. Accompany go with you. Oh Gabo, you are so precious. You can come when we're all finished destroying your people. I promise you that. Uh Oh, it was the fourth order, not the fifth order. All right. Wait, was it the? Yeah, I think it was the fourth, right? Yeah, I think it was. There's nothing more to say. I'm going to do this for Gabo and Teslin and anyone who's ever dreamed of a better future. Alice can be forgiven a certain amount of recklessness, but if she goes so far as to contemplate sacrificing herself, I will remind her how she responded when I thought to do the same. Now that we will let it come to that, not that we will let it come to that. Of course. Remember, ready when you are, my friend. Patriarch Zada, if the name sounds familiar, it is because he was the one who presided over the deaths of Gabu's parents. I tried to reach out to him that day, only for my pleas to fall upon deaf's ears. But this day will be different. We will reach out together, all of us, we will take peace in our grasp. Wait, what? Okay. Okay. Shut up. So, Sada. Oh, it was someone else. Okay. The Conqueror's chain stands ready, but weakening your foes, and it will see them subdued. This Aetheryte will bear us to our quarry. Should he make to summon Titan, as I anticipate, we will halt the ceremony and restrain him. At this, all hells will break loose, and we will have an army of kobolds to entertain till Alcé's work is done. Alcé's work is done. Just remember, none must die. We weaken them and let Nazar do the rest. It is time. Stay the course, my friends. I spy calmer waters beyond this squall.
Greetings, Patriarch. I am Merlwib Blufisvin, Admiral of Limsa Lominsa. I come before you to offer my sincerest apologies for the many wrongs committed by my people against you and yours.
You were foolish to come here. Stupid, unwise, foolish. The Great Father shall have your souls for your folly.
Aye, just as we thought.
Now, Alize! Quickly!
You don't need to tell me!
Let none pass. We must grant her as much time as we can.
Time to kick ass. Come on.
We must protect Alize!
You're in my sights. You're in my sights.
Are you alright?
Oh, just what we need. You're not alone. There.
You're in my sights.
Oh, hello there. The armor's awesome.
Here you are, Alize.
More! I need more ether! Just a little more!
Oh, hello there. shoulders. All right. Alice. Okay, there we go. Bum, bum, bum.
Yes, this will do. Here I go. Go, Angela.
Did it work? What? What is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry, but they died by your hand. You sacrificed them to summon Titan.
No. No, 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 no! Why? Why would
such a thing?
Would that there were a cure for the victims of the Tempered.
Gabu! What are you doing here?
Patriarch, please listen to me. Hear, heed, listen. The Great Father we have been summoning is false. He only hurts us and those we love. For a long time, his voice filled my mind. It told me to do terrible things. Awful, unspeakable, terrible things. But I didn't give in to it, and you mustn't either. There's been too much pain already, so please, end the suffering.
What have I done?
We share this child's desire, Patriarch. An end to summoning, for it spells naught but misery for both our peoples. For many long years, man and kobold have feuded over territory, pillaging and perishing for the earth beneath our feet. It may be said that we fought to survive, but what we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on. I would see us set aside the past and work together for peace.
It was wrong of me to hurt my own in the name of the Great Father. Sinful, evil, wrong. But that doesn't mean there can be peace between us. Men cannot be trusted. The bounty of the land was to be ours, and yours the bounty of the sea. But you broke the pact. Violated, breached, broke. Unready as we were, what choice had we but to call upon the divine to rid ourselves of your tyranny?
None, and I do not blame you for it. In violation of the spirit, if not the letter of the pact, we took your lands for our own. The fault lies wholly with us. On behalf of all Laminsons, I offer you my humblest apology. I pray you'll find it in your heart to accept it. Yet I know an apology alone will not serve to make things right. So, we will revise the pact to leave no room for doubt, and any who violate it shall face justice, swift and certain.
No, we won't be fooled. Not again.
Please, hear me to the end. Fleeting though it was, there was a time when man and kobold abided together in harmony, in cooperation. In those days, your people shared the secrets of smelting. Knowledge which allowed Limsa Lominsa to thrive. Much of what we have, we owe to the kobolds. And so, for the good of all who dwell on this isle, I wish to make you an offer. We will bear your people's wares to every corner of the world, and trade them in your stead. In return, we will bring you the bounty, not only of the sea, but lands both near and far. Whatever you desire, the Navigator as my witness, you shall have it. There will be no more man and beastman, just the crew of the great ship that is Vilbrand. And together, we will share in the wealth of the world, if you'll only accept our hand in friendship.
We want to believe you. We truly do. But we believed you before and you betrayed us. Fooled, deceived, betrayed us!
There are bad men, it's true. But there are also good ones. And the ones before you are the best of them. They were always kind to me. Caring, nice, kind, and I trust them with my life.
Before I became Admiral, I was a pirate. I stole, I fought, I stained the sea red with blood. Such is my past, and I dare not forget it, however much I might want to. That is death penalty. The pistol I used to pass judgment on my own sire when he fell thrall to Leviathan and betrayed his comrades. It's loaded. If you were to point it at my head and pull the trigger, I would most assuredly die. Though it isn't much, my life is the single most valuable thing I possess. If it will suffice to atone for past wrongs, take it. A single bullet to annul the old pact, and my blood to write it anew. What comes after, I entrust to this man, my second in command. I know that he will do his utmost for the happiness of all who call Vilbrand home.
I do not trust you. Not yet. But Gabu does. And I will trust him.
We want you to know that we respect your faith. There's nothing wrong with giving thanks to the land which sustains you. But summoning is different. Should you hear of anyone who would attempt it, we ask that you appeal to their better judgment, or failing that, seek our aid. We're always ready to help.
Many and more of my brethren are yet enthralled to the Great Father, just as I was. If you could free them too, I would be grateful. Appreciative, thankful, grateful.
Tis we who should be grateful, Patriarch. I thank you for affording us this chance.
Yeah, I'm most fucking badass. Uh, I'm so glad we could sway the Patriarch, convincing, persuading, sway. Thank you for making it possible. Thank you. The treatment may have restored the Patriarch to his senses, but it was the Admiral and Gabu's words that touched his heart. This moment belongs to all of us, Akira. We couldn't have done it without each other. You're the... Ah! It has taken a long time, but the dream of lasting peace with the Kobolds may soon become a reality, and it is all thanks to Azay. Bloody hell. In two separate worlds, the seeds were sown, and through the determination of two indomitable women, they have quickened into this historic moment. I feel honored to have been present to see that. The Admiral seems hell's bent on worrying me to death, but I suppose the ends justify the means. Well fought, my friend, well fought. Twould seem we have found a way forward with the Kobolds. Next, we will help the Second Order to free their tempered brethren from thraldom. Theirs is far from the only order, of course, and it will take no small amount of time and effort to reach the rest. But reach them we will, however long it takes. I would say that I was in your debt, but that has been long been true. So instead, I will thank you for helping us to plot a new course, not only for Limsa Lominsa, but all Eorzea. Judging by the complaints my back is making, I may have overreached myself. The ravages of old age. Savor the moment, girl. Your next task can wait. If I could befriend you all, then surely the other kobolds can befriend men too, and I'll do everything I can to help them. Facilitate, assist, help. What was it? Savor the moment, girl. Your task can wait. Your next task can wait. Okay, so it's okay. Gabu is wise beyond his years. It's all very well leaders signing peace treaties, but it falls into individuals to bridge the gap. I dare say we could all do with the rest. Alize, not least of all, given the amount of ether she has been expending of late.
Right. Let's return to the Rising Stones.
Admiral, something strange is afoot at the floating city.
Breathe, man. What is it?
I think it's best you see for yourself. Please, come with me.
What in the world is that? A tower?
You can see it too, then? I feared I was losing my wits. One moment I was patrolling as usual, and the next it was just there.
Yes? This is she. I am. I'm looking at it. What? Understood. Send the Elder Seedseer my regards. The communications officer. It seems this isn't the only tower. They've sprung up all across Eorzea. Nothing more is known, only that they appear to be of Garlean construction. Our allies on the Alamegan front are on highest alert. Forgive my directness, but would you join them? They may well need the help.
Of course, Admiral. We shall make all haste.
My thanks. I will return to Limsa to weigh our response. Look for Commander Hext when you arrive in Alamigo, and may the Navigator speed you on your way.
Don't worry, Corporal Blackrose. I'll keep watch over the tower. Your place is in Alamigo. Okay. Though it isn't visible from here, the locals report that a tower-like structure has appeared to the south. Gabu, don't worry, he's with our Maelstrom friends, meaning we're free to deal with the problem, to fall uninvited into our laps. You can say that again, Alize. It appears to be business as usual inside the city, but at least we'll be able to tell us if there have been any developments without.
Thank you for coming so soon. I'll send for Commander Aldin at once, and we can decide what to do about these infernal towers.
Roger Preserve!
It can't be.
The palace! After them!
You're here, good.
Well, well, well! To be received by such an illustrious cast! Why, even the hero of the piece is here! I feel quite starstruck.
Is that a sigh?
His body, more like. You don't fool us.
Oh! You saw straight through it! Anyone would think you dealt with Asians before. Permit me to introduce myself. I am Fandaniel, and may I say what a pleasure it is to finally make your acquaintance. My, straight to business is it? Suit yourself. It is my intention to recreate the final days, to which end I have distributed a collection of rather ingenious devices, or towers, which will, in time, give rise to the grandest of spectacles.
The final days? But it was the Asians who labored to prevent them.
You're quite right, though I would expect no less from one responsible for eliminating my unsundered colleagues. Honestly, the three of them were obsessed with restoring the one true world. As a sovereign individual, however, I never had much interest in such things. I mean, why bother when you're just another sundered minion? Admittedly, Elidibus was not convinced by that argument, but thanks to you, I'm finally free of his incessant nagging. Free to use my powers as I see fit, to fulfill my heart's desire. And my heart's desire is to lay this half-broken world to waste, leaving nary a fleck of dust behind!
What? Why would you want such a thing?
Because I want wretched creatures who ask such meaningless questions to die! You! And you! And you! I want you all to die! And I want to die too! Oh, yes! I want to die and take everyone with me in a paroxysm of pain and suffering!
I'm different, you see. From the ancients who clung to dear life, and from you. So don't bother trying to reason with me. You will find I have no reason, or creed, or any such tripe. I just want to destroy the world. But please do resist with all your might. It will add to my enjoyment. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes peeled, for the curtains have risen on the spectacle to end all spectacles. We, the Telophoroi, shall be your performers, and this very star our stage. Ah, but I nearly forgot. I have a message for you. My esteemed patron, Lord Xenos, eagerly awaits you at the heart of the chaos. While I wish only to destroy the world, he exists solely to relive a certain, transcendent moment with you. And it is for that reason he would reduce all to ash. Pray see to it his dreams do not go unfulfilled. For if you should disappoint him, my trusty companion here, whom I've dubbed Lunar Bahamut, will burn your cities and everyone in them.
Everyone out! My men will tend to the blaze.
Our scouts report that the Asian and his dragon have left Abanya. It seems that this was purely a social visit. Though our objectives were different, I could understand why Elobis and his fellows acted as they did. But Fandaniel, it will take me some time to make sense of it all. If indeed there is any sense to be found. He just wants to burn everything, including us, to the ground. Are you alright, Akira? The rest of us are fine. If a little synced, that dragon let us off lightly. Honestly, though, only a madman would choose the name Lunar Bahamut, which just about sums up Fandaniel, I suppose. What part could these towers feasibly play in the Talaparhoroi's plans, do you think? I, for one, am at a loss. For now, we should bear word of these developments to the others. I only hope Thancred and Oranji are safe. Thank goodness everyone's safe. We've managed to put out the fire, though not quickly enough to save the garden. Raban, can I leave it to you to send word to the Alliance? I'm going to take a unit and investigate the tower. We need to find out what it's for. We'll go with you. No, you won't. You'll rest from what Merlibs tells me you're due some time off duty. Should we learn anything about the tower, we'll be sure to share it with you. Until then, I want you to rest. Very well. But if you need our help, don't hesitate and take care, both of you. So you really did it. You found a cure for tempering. Oh, it makes me want to do something heroic right now. Speaking of which, I'd better get ready and set out for the tower. If an Asien is on the prowl, it will not be long before we call on you and yours again. Rest now while you still can. Alright, let's return to the... Oops, that's not what I want. Though my new, or rather old, but rich, I mean young, though this body has a good deal more stamina than the one I wore out in the first. I confess, I've been looking forward to the moment's respite. We've had a busy few days, have we not? Yostella returned just before us, and it seems she knows about the towers too. Ah, how good it feels to come home to the Rising Stars. It's here my heart feels most at peace, and my mind the clearest. It would seem you have quite a eventful time in my absence, but I am fully rested now and ready for more. Welcome back, Akira. Make yourself comfortable and let me know if I can get you anything. I'm hungry. Can you cook me something? Ah, you're back too. Good. We've received the reports from the Alliance. Since we are all here, perhaps those who bore witness to the events in Alamigo could treat the rest of us to a first-hand account. No sooner do we overcome one problem than another appears. It would all seem tediously predictable, but for the endless variety of our foes, this Fendaniel sounds even more unhinged than his patron. Unhinged, perhaps, but no fool. For all his patron-mine theatrics, he gave away little about his plot. We know only that he intends to recreate the final days, and the towers will somehow facilitate this. He also called his dragon Lunar Bahamut. Let's not forget that little detail. And the creature did resemble the description I've seen of the Elder Primal. That may be, but the fact that it answered to Fandaniel would suggest they are not one and the same entity. I think it more probable that it is some manner of simulacrum born of Ashen magics. Whatever it is, for now we can but work closely with the Alliance and remain vigilant. I believe that concludes our news. What of yours, Yastella? I have been to see the Sultana, knowing how quick the immortal flames are to dispose of their tempered. I judged it best to provide them with the cure first. As soon as I had sufficiently recovered, I traveled to Ul'dah and delivered the proxies to Her Grace, along with detailed instructions of their use. Yet my visit chanced to coincidence with the arrival of some troubling tidings. The immortal flames had been on the cusp of agreeing to a truce with the Amalja when negotiations abruptly collapsed. The Amalja claimed the number of their kind have been abducted and that men are responsible. Not is known of the perpetrators as yet, but as the Immortal Flames went around investigating the abductions, they came upon one of Fandaniel's towers. On the subject of the towers, you may be interested to learn that they are not an exclusively erosion phenomenon. According to the Alliance, they have been sighted as far afield as Yannex. Then it would seem reasonable to assume that they are everywhere. We simply have not found them. Well, as you said yourself, we can do little for now, save remain vigilant. And since we are dealing with a dragon, as tensively at least, I believe it would behoove us to enlist the aid of an authority of such foes. Estidian, now just a moment. If he could be persuaded to lend us his lance, I would be the first to welcome it. But the truth is, we struggle even to find him. You let me and Quell worry about that. We'll sniff him out, no matter where he's hiding. If indeed he is hiding, we have ways of locating him regardless. So if there are no objections, we shall depart at once. Well, rather than sitting around, I think I might go to each of the city states and educate them in the use of the proxies. They would doubtless appreciate it, but might you consider taking a moment to rest before leaving? You would be fresher for the task ahead. Well, my friend, our moment of triumph did not last long. 'Twas ever the way, the world often needs saving. Oh dear, are you not enjoying your adventure? And I really could have done with a rest. Come now, I didn't say that. While it may not be the most carefree experience, there is nothing in this world I would rather do than write a new future with you. A long future mind, whatever the Talafarai might hope. We'll stop them. Won't we together?
The scouts should have been back by now. I'm gonna go and find them. Oh, thank goodness for that.
Glory be.
Glory be to Garlemald!
The piles have been driven as planned, and the first of the beasts has roared to life. Moreover, I am pleased to report that preparations are well underway for the rest. Ere long, chaos shall reign over all the land, as befits the final days.
Call it what you will, so long as my friend returns to me, fangs bared and claws sharpened. I care not.
Of course, my lord. By strange coincidence, your dear friend chanced to be present when I made my declaration. I took the liberty of informing her that you await her coming, though I confess, I may have singed her a little in the process.
And why do you tell me this? Are you in such a hurry to die?
Ah, my apologies. I must guard my tongue lest it be the end of me. Though, there is something to be said for such a glorious death. Better to fall to one who has it all than falter before an inferior. Huh. I shall keep it in mind as a contingency. For now, however, I shall proceed with the plan. My lord.
I must find myself a new weapon. One worthy of our long-awaited reunion.
Ooh, we are soon coming to a close. In the face of this new draconic threat, we would indeed benefit from Estien's presence. Yet I cannot help but wonder how Crow and Tataru intend to locate him. They certainly seem confident, however. Alright. I dare say this concludes this episode of Final Fantasy XIV. We shall continue in the next episode. Till then, fare thee well.